Oh my God, it is the beer video once again. We took a week off. Did anybody notice? Other than you, Helen, I know you noticed. But we're back. And as we speak, the superb owl is going on right now, and the Kansas City Chiefs are in trouble, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it seems like most of what I've seen, like, I will not knock anyone for watching sports. I watch MMA sometimes, which is also pretty stupid. Um, but yeah, like general consensus from my actual football watcher friend seems to be like, man, I wish this was better teams. This is just kind of boring.
It is really boring. It's been a very boring game. Yeah. It's luckily I'm doing writing for my website as the game's going on. So I was mostly writing anyway, and I was telling Brody the dog, I was like, "Hey, it's your first Super Bowl. How excited are you?" And she was just sleeping next to me on the couch the whole time, so she doesn't care either.
Oh, baby girl.
Yeah.
Uh,
She also wants better teams. She's been a maniac today, and not in a bad way. I've had to give her two very lengthy walks. But it got me caught up on QAnon Anonymous, their recent episode. So all good there.
nice. I listened to that when I was working out today. So,
So
God, that was
if
a
you
hell of a
say that again.
that was a hell of a grab bag, wasn't it?
Oh, it sure was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. I guess I should have mentioned. Speaking of that, and something they covered on there, I should have mentioned that the You okay? What was that?
Oh, this is a fun thing. So we had some plumbing trouble today.
Yeah. Oh, and
And yeah, I took a shower and the hot water wouldn't turn off.
mm,
We had to get like one of our landlords up here,
yeah.
and he found out that the valve in our hot water faucet had crumbled. Like it
Oh,
just broke apart. It's replaced now, it's fine, I guess. So that's good. This is the plus of living above your landlords and them only owning one building, which is the building both of you live in.
yeah, yeah.
But anyway, my point is Matt and I went out to eat and I sometimes get stress nosebleeds.
I do
So
too.
yeah, my nose was like, I started sniffling a little bit and I assumed it's just because, it's cold here, it's Minnesota. And like it turns out my nose is just fountaining blood. So that happened a lot. So there's still some like blood kind of around my nose. So there was some under my fingernails when I scratched my nose just now. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was my day.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That sucks.
Uh yeah, I mean it's fine. My nose stopped bleeding eventually. The inside of my nose still feels like pretty sandblasted.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I
I
hate
think
that.
it stopped like actively spewing blood, so I guess that's good.
Yeah, nosebleeds are the best. I love them. Yeah. Mine will just I'll be writing or I'll be doing something and then all of a sudden like blood will just start dripping out of my nose. I talked to my doc I told my doctor about it and everything and you're like, "Yeah, it's probably your sinuses. Like nothing to be worried about." But you know me, I'm worried about it, but what are you gonna do? Helen, you went first last time.
Okay.
It was so
So
long ago, I barely remember it. But I guess I'll go first. And I forgot to say the thing that I was going to say because your nose started bleeding. It's not funny anyway, but I was going to just reassure everybody that this beer video is not a psyop. I know everybody thinks the Super Bowl is. This beer video is not a psyop.
oh yeah, that's really crazy. Like, I really don't understand the the thing with trying to pick a fight with Taylor Swift
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
because it's yeah,
like possibly the most insane fan base out of any pop star. Like the only people I've seen be like more deranged are like Nicki Minaj fans, I think.
yeah.
Uh it's
Well,
like do you
they're afraid of her.
Yeah, and it's like what she's like the most milquetoast person, I guess like they're beefing with her for like possibly endorsing Biden, but it's like she was just like pointedly apolitical for
Yeah,
most of public life and like
yeah. Well,
I
she
don't
she endorsed Biden in 2020, so what's the big deal? Like it already happened once before. And I hope it happens. I'll tell you what, I fucking hope that everything that this goddamn conspiracy theory I hope it all happens. I would love it. Like the Chiefs win, and then both she and Travis Kelsey do a musical number endorsing Biden. I will fucking love it. Just because I want to see these people's heads blow off from the pressure in their head, not from anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, if you're, I don't understand like being worried about celebrity endorsements. It's like, how many celebrity endorsements did Hillary Clinton have? Like, did that help her out? Like,
No, no.
obviously not.
I mean, I think the thing that they're worried about is that Taylor Swift is way more influential with her audience than most celebrities are. But she's already on that side. Like you're not, it's not like if she endorses Biden tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like it's oh my
Ever,
God, I can't believe it
like,
happened.
trying to picture the person who like actually changes their mind about their politics due to Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
who's I'm sure gonna make like, if she says anything at all, it's gonna make some like incredibly milk toast endorsement of Biden.
yeah,
And like, or
yeah,
she's probably gonna say it like, hey, I love all my fans no matter who you vote for, but I am voting for Joe Biden.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you've got to believe like the average American voter is just like absolutely mush brained, which I guess maybe is correct, but whatever.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
tell me you're Ryan.
Well, right before this, right before we started doing this video, Lexi sent me a story, and the headline was Trump to Taylor Swift, don't be ungrateful. And he said that endorsing Joe Biden would be disloyal to the man who made her so much money. The man who made her so much money is Taylor Swift, who's not a man. I guess Donald Trump thinks that he is the reason she's made so much money. Can we just get two new candidates?
Yeah, it's just gonna be two old guys sundowning at each other. I'm really looking forward to this, I guess.
Yeah, let's get to the beer. I'm already getting depressed. Anyway, I have a beer from Duclaw Brewing Company. They're in Baltimore, Maryland. Their team is not in the Super Bowl. But anyway, it's called Super Freak. Coconut, caramel, chocolate brown ale, 7.5% alcohol by volume. And it's obviously supposed to be based on a Girl Scout cookie. I think they're Samoas. That little guy right there, or
Called
whatever.
Carolina Lights because I think they decided having the name of an ethnic group for a cookie was a little offensive, but
Oh, did they change it?
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay. I'm aware of
know
that.
my favorite, so I buy them whenever I can.
Yeah, I love
Um, yeah,
those are the peanut butter ones.
so I'm looking forward to this.
But anyway, this is from their Pastryarchy series. And so give in to the seductive coconut, caramel, and chocolate notes, plus roasted malt and a gentle hop bite. Indulge in, I'm not going to say the last thing because I hate that term. But anyway, that again, there's the can again. And I don't know why, but we're drinking out of a Back to the Future glass because why not? I'm sure if you go onto your television, that movie is going to be playing on some channel right now. This is not as dark as I thought it was going to be. I know it's a brown ale, so I'm not expecting like a dark as night beer, but it is a little lighter than I thought. Um, yeah, nice head.
Looks a little dark.
What's
See
that?
back. It looked kind of dark on my end, but that might just be the lighting.
It might be. I think it's the lighting. I mean, it's not like it's light, but it's just lighter than I thought it was going to be, and it does smell very hoppy. So they're not lying about that. But let's see what it tastes like. Wow, wow. I love chocolate, so I'm very happy right now. Wow, that's really smooth. It's got a nice, rich chocolate taste. Um, Not like a bitter chocolate, just like good old rich chocolate. The beer itself is kind of creamy. I really like that. Oh my God, great aftertaste. I'm definitely getting more of the caramel notes in the aftertaste. Not much of the coconut, if I'm being honest here. I'm not getting a lot of that. I don't miss it though. It's fine. I mean, there's enough flavor here with the chocolate and the caramel aftertaste to make up for, any sweetness I'm missing from the coconut. Um, God, this is so good. This is I feel like I'm just like a beer mark now. Like the last couple of beers I've had, I've loved, but this is really nice. The chocolate kind of reminds me of a fudgesicle a little bit. like that type of taste. Um,
Yeah.
which again, I love fudgesicles. I love chocolate. Fuck you. Not you, but you know, the audience. Um, wow, that is so good. And again, for a dessert beer, or a dessert-ish beer, it's not overly sweet. Like I don't feel like I need to go to the dentist tomorrow after drinking it. It's not that level of sweetness. It's really nice. I love the chocolate notes that are in this. It's so good. And like I said, the caramel's more in the aftertaste. I love that too. This is a fantastic beer. I love it. I can't wait to drink the whole thing. So thank you, Duclaw, and sorry about the Ravens.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that that beer was good. That is a good cookie, so it makes
It is
sense.
a great, yeah, yeah. So I mean, you never know. I mean, you can fuck things up like that, like especially trying to make it into a beer at easy enough to fuck up. They didn't. They did a great job. So yeah, nice.
Cool. Oh, well, what's your shirt? I think it's Mutoid Man,
It
right?
is Mutoid Man. Yeah, here I'll stand up. Yeah, it's Mutoid Man. It's nice and a lot of colors in it. You know, I'm always good for a pink logo. It says mutants at the bottom. It has tour dates on the back, but I'm not turning around. But yeah, nice Mutoid Man shirt. So
Cool.
and you have
Yeah.
Panopticon.
A Panopticon shirt. I'm pretty sure Austin did this drawing. It is some woods, and there's a bear and a lady inside of the bear.
Nice. I don't
Yeah.
think I have that one. I have a lot of Panopticon shirts, but I don't think I have that one.
So mine, this is a last minute change, and I did it for you basically because I know you would get a kick out of this. Eh,
Yes! Yes!
Okay,
Yes!
it's
Yes!
the Golden Ale. Rush, I think I have mentioned this before. That is a band I struggle with
Yes.
because a lot of my friends like them and a lot of musicians I like them. I have never been able to get into them. It just it just does not grab me. I even tried listening to them a little bit on the way home. And it's just like
To see if it would sink in.
I
Yeah.
don't know for me. But
Fine.
yeah, this is the Golden Ale. And it's brewed in collaboration with Fulton, a brewery around here that does some pretty decent beers I like. Um, and we are drinking out of a pupper's glass.
Yes.
It's a little smeary because I've got hard water.
That's what most of
Yeah,
my beer glasses look like.
then tribute to my friend's going to take me to a Letterkenny live comedy event of some kind. So
Yeah, they
look
were
forward-
here last year, I want to say.
what's that?
They were here last year. They did a show here, and again, I haven't watched it yet, so it wouldn't have been of any benefit for me. But I am I just started Fargo. Jesus, I'll get to it. I promise.
Um, it's good. I think the last couple seasons drop off a bit, but I think seasons 1 through 7 basically are excellent.
Yeah,
And they had like a longer good run than most shows. So
yeah.
um I feel like there's very little to complain about. Oh, that smells like a pretty standard golden ale. Hmm. I was worried that my sense of smell would be destroyed, but it's working so far.
Don't get blood in the beer.
Yeah, no, this is just a pretty. So what Fulton does generally is make these like pretty solid versions of standard beers. They have
Yeah,
an IPA where it's just like, oh, that's a pretty decent IPA. And they've got like a pale ale, which is the same. And this is pretty much what I expected.
yeah. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but maybe a month or two ago, I did do that beer.
Not
Um,
ex
so I was curious to see what you were going to think of it. So we both pretty much felt the same way. That's interesting.
I don't remember you doing this one, but
It's okay.
maybe
I mean, we can repeat beers as long as it's not me repeating the beer you've repeated. So I could do a beer you've done, and you can do
I'm
a beer
just
I've done.
Fulton gets distribution where you are.
Yeah, strangely we have it. It's weird. It's the only rush beer we've gotten because like they have a few others. There's one that I actually really want to try, and we haven't gotten that one. That's the only one I can find here.
Here, honestly, because like usually. it's hard for Minnesota beer to get distribution anywhere like east of Chicago.
Yeah.
So I know you had a Rush beer. I did thought it was like a different one. I assumed they
Oh,
were a band that had a few branded beers.
they
Yeah.
do. I know they have other ones. I just haven't been able to find them. But we're allowed to repeat beers as long as we're not repeating our own beers. I think it's interesting if I do a beer that you did to get another perspective on it. So, I mean, it's all, I think it all makes sense.
Yeah, nothing much to say about this one. It's a pretty good solid like golden ale, a little sweet, not nauseatingly, but like sweet in like kind of a grain sweet way, like a
Yeah.
golden ale.
I think the thing that I remember saying about it was anytime I drink like a band related beer, I expect nothing. And maybe it's the Iron Maiden beers that have done that to me, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. I kind of expected it to just be not anything special. Not that it's anything that you're gonna recommend to your friends, but I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, honestly, this is probably one of the better, apart from like the Hammerheart ones, which were
Mhm.
solid across the board.
Yeah,
Um, uh, this like I've been burned before by Van Veer. We all saw me have the Iron Maiden one. Though that one had a good second life as a marinade for some chicken I made, by
yeah,
the way.
yeah,
Um, it's good cooking beer if you need like kind of a weak stout to like make some bread or marinate something in,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's the only circumstance that I'd recommend that. I had the Flaming Lips beer from Dogfish Head, which I hated.
I didn't like it either. Yeah, I didn't wasn't a fan.
Pretty well reviewed, which was a bit of a surprise to me.
I
Like
know.
it costs like a lot of money and it just kind of tasted like nothing. And usually like their flavored sours are pretty solid.
Yeah. And they
I
never
really
made it again, which is, at least some of the other ones, like they made the Dead beer a couple times.
I refuse to buy one on principle because I hate that band, but
I bought it just because I like Dogfish Head and I wanted to try everything they put out. And it was fine. Like it wasn't, again, it was like nothing I was ever gonna drink again. And I never did. I had one and was like, all right, we've done this, and that's that. So
yeah, it will never blow my mind, but they'll always like make me pleased, if that makes sense. And like I think, the only thing that stands out about this is they attach the Rush name, and I kind of wonder like how they came to that decision. This is just a pretty good solid golden ale.
yeah.
Like it doesn't blow my socks off. But I guess the one thing if I had to pick out one thing I do appreciate is like most places around here that make golden ales make Belgian strong ones, which are nice, but sometimes I want to have a golden ale and not like have to take a nap for a couple hours afterwards. So this is a mere 5.5%. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
you know,
it's not gonna put you to bed, which is good. Um, yeah. I'm gonna check on it. We're gonna do some live Super Bowl coverage here and see what the score is. I was trying to like hopefully miss this Usher bullshit because I just don't care about him. He's the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, it's 10-3.
I don't know.
What's that?
I think Usher's a pretty good R&B singer, like the man has clearly studied the classics and
I have nothing against him. I just if I hear the song "Yeah" one more time, I'm gonna put a bullet through my head.
I like that song, but I can see what you mean.
Ugh,
Like
it just oh,
definitely carry over.
I just feel like it's one of those songs. God, there are other songs like that. It just feels like ad executives sit around and they can't think of a song. And they're like, "I'll just use that." It's like in everything. And so I'm beaten about the head and torso by
That
that.
is yeah. uh, what are songs I feel like I don't know. I find that I tend to like pure pop songs more than like any kind of popular rock songs. Like, I hear like, I don't know, for example, um, please don't Rabbit fans come for me, but I heard like a couple BTS songs. I'm like, yeah, I can get on board with this. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
But like Imagine Dragons, it's
Oh
like
God.
would rather like drown myself in a bathtub. Like
By drowning yourself in the bathtub to Imagine Dragons, you have done something 10 million times more dramatic and exciting than Imagine Dragons. And
yeah, so
more you
yeah,
can.
especially like K-pop stuff. I feel like it knows what it is, and they again, like they have clearly studied the classics. A lot of K-pop, I think, sounds like late 90s R&B from here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool. I think it accomplishes what it sets out to do pretty well. And I think it doesn't hurt that like every member of BTS looks like a woman who has hit on me at a gay bar at some point in like my
Yeah. Yep.
like like oh okay, so like oversized hoodie, like kind of like side shave, like lavender hair, like yeah, like you bought me a shot once and you were like asking me my astrological sign. Yeah.
You had no idea.
Like
Yeah.
should have got now look at where you are.
Now look. They yeah, they laid the path right before you. You should have taken it, but
Just I wandered off into the weeds here, but I guess my point is like Usher good, Usher good actually. Like that's like I'm fine with him.
I
Um
have no problem with them. Like it's not that. I just don't care.
yeah. God. And thankfully I haven't seen much of this, but there's always like some like salty boomer metalhead that's like, why doesn't Metallica play the Super Bowl halftime? It's like, dude, like any metal band you could get that's big enough to play the Super Bowl halftime, like at best their glory days are well behind them, and at worst it's like some like Jarl mouthed like fucking garbage. Like I don't know. I don't know. What is even popular now? What are they used to do? Oh, that's do I throw gasoline on this fire and explain
Yes.
my opinion of Sleep Token?
Oh God, please. Yes, God, I would love to contribute to this.
I think how I described them to a Twitter friend was sad Maroon 5, and I stand by that.
Yeah.
That
I
band's
I'm
dog shit. God, like, you know, again, like I listen to pure pop music, like I don't know, BTS, like Dua Lipa, for example, Carly Rae Jepsen's like, well, this isn't for me, but I appreciate what it is.
sure.
And on that level, I guess I can enjoy like the craft behind it in a way. Like some effort was made here. It's not really my thing. But Sleep Token, it's just like they have it's such an interesting look, good album art, and such an interesting concept as a band. And then when I listen to it, it's like the worst, like if you picture early 2000s radio rock as, I don't know, a pot of coffee. Sleep Token is the dregs left at the bottom that are kind of like crusty and dried after half a day. And like, even at your most sleepless, you are not desperate enough to drink that shit.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like I don't get offended by, people knocking off metal aesthetic. Who gives a shit? I don't care. But that to me is almost like that's what that is. You're just ripping off an aesthetic. And then when you go to the music, it's like this doesn't match. It doesn't
And
match.
I think that can sometimes work like Ghost, for example.
Hmm.
Again, King Hornet's Nest, I suppose, but Ghost is, I think, basically a pop band that's like influenced by metal,
Yes.
like in both look and sound. Like
Yeah,
they write pop songs, but they clearly like appreciate classic metal.
sure.
Like a lot of sounds like classic doom bands
Hmm.
to me, like or at least like kind of like pop echoes of that. And like they can be at their best pretty decent pop songwriters. There are Ghost songs I really enjoy, like and not to get all smug, but I am gonna get all smug. I saw them on their first US tour when they were still playing small clubs in like 2010-ish.
Yeah. I saw them
So
on Opeth and Mastodon.
yeah.
Like,
I
you know,
didn't see that tour. I think I saw them their first like tour where they were headlining by themselves, and like that was cool. It was fun as hell. Um but
yeah.
yeah, like that's a band that I think synthesizes metal aesthetics and pop songwriting pretty well. Sleep Token is just like I don't know, it sounds like I don't know. It sounds like just name any like bad radio rock band from like the 2000s like I don't know. Trapped.
Yeah.
I don't fucking 3 Days Grace or whatever those assholes are called. Oh no, Three Doors Down. Like
I think you were
it's
right on both. I think it is 3 Days Grace and Three Doors Down.
yeah, it's just it's like I've seen people say like, "Oh God, this is such a unique fusion." It's like it fucking is not. Like, no.
It just goes to show you that people with mainstream interests have really no creativity and no idea of the creativity that's actually out there. And it's fine. If you like mainstream stuff and that's your thing, that's fine. But it's not the stuff you're listening to is not as interesting as you think it is. And this is perfect. Sleep Token's a perfect example of it. Of like this is
Yeah, this thing is like if you didn't know what this band looked like, if you didn't know that how they dressed themselves or what their album art looked like, would you think as mind-blowing? I really don't think so.
I would imagine if I would have heard Sleep Token and not seen any of the album art, the logo, the how they dress, I would expect a BTS type of thing or somewhere around that. Not what I thought the image was going to be. And it's not
They
like
do not lesbian looking men like that.
Mhm. Yeah, nothing against them, but it's yeah. It's a joke and a lie, and I don't like them. If you like Sleep Token, fine, do whatever you want. I'm everybody's entitled to.
Yeah, man, I like plenty of trash. Like
Yeah,
you should see half my power metal playlist. It's all hot garbage, but like
yeah,
I don't know. I just like I feel like that band offended me on a level because it's like they they present this image of being really interesting and
yeah,
like their music is so boring and so shitty.
yeah.
And like, you
Yeah.
know, you can tell where the effort was made and it was not in the songwriting.
No, it was made. It's completely the image. That's where all the creativity went. That's where all the effort went. That's it.
It's
Oh,
not even interesting trash. Like,
yeah,
Lord knows, like I listen to hair metal, I listen to power metal. I love pop songwriting when it's good. I love spectacle. Like,
yeah.
it's just they it's just this dreary, like fucking monotonous, like just sludge. It's just it's nothing. It,
Beer video is not friends with Sleep Token. Sorry. Speaking of which, well, so speaking of non-metal, like I went to a record shop yesterday called Government Center that's in Pittsburgh. Great shop, by the way. But I generally don't go there to buy heavy metal records. I'm going there to buy, other stuff. I'm going to buy heavy metal records. I'm going to the attic. So I was going there yesterday because I like a band called Taurus, and her new album just came out. And The Smile just put their new record out. And if you're not familiar with The Smile, I think it's three of the guys from Radiohead. So it's like Tom York, Johnny Greenwood, and I can't think of the third guy. And it doesn't really sound like Radiohead. It does sound different. So I was going to buy those two albums. Anyway, they have a section of like all the new record, like the used records that just came in. And I'm flipping through it, not expecting much. Two of the last records in that bin were two Titan Blood albums. So I'm like, how the fuck are there? Who brought Titan Blood records back to Government Center? So I bought them because, I'm not an idiot. So I'm very excited. And they're in great shape. It's like whoever bought them either didn't listen to them or just took really good care of his records or her records. Because they're in phenomenal shape. So yeah, thanks to whoever took back those Titan Blood records. I also had to do a quick um going to the is it Fash section of Facebook just to make sure because I was pretty sure they were safe. So I'm standing in Government Center looking this up, like, all right, just quick check. So very excited. Thank you to whoever brought back Titan Bloods, two of their albums to Government Center. They have good homes. And there was also a giant dog in there, just kind of wandering about. His owner was in the bar. He nudged me. I didn't even see him. He nudged me in the leg, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a huge dog. So
what is this pony? Oh, hello.
it's like he was, yeah, like a pony or a bear. I mean, he was big, but he was very friendly, nice guy going around just making the rounds.
Yeah.
Yep. He tried to walk out of the store with us, and I was like, you probably should go hang out with your owner because Brody the dog's probably not going to be thrilled by this. But I don't know. She likes other dogs too, so maybe she would have. Who knows? She doesn't like Sleep Token though. I can promise you that.
Good taste, Brody.
That's right. All right, everyone. Well, this has been the beer video. Back up and running. We hopefully will not have another. My mouse just died. Sorry. Hopefully, we will not have another. Week or whatever we did. No more delays. We'll be back next week. We'll have beers. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff to complain about. Um, and enjoy the Super Bowl psyop. But of course, by the time you see this, it'll all be over. Bye, everybody.